welcome to the video. This is our March episode of Q&As. If you want to ask questions, hop over to our Patreon. You can ask some questions there. And we want to make these videos at the end of the month because we don't normally post a video at that time. And then this is it. You know the deal.
Yeah,
you already watched the last one.
You're getting the thing.
So we're just going to kick things off with questions. How are you guys feeling? You guys ready to answer questions? Or are you not?
Bro, I'm going to be real. We're coming fresh out of a session recording, and my brain is fried walking into
Yes. What episode?
I'm
In the
so
future,
ready.
in like 3 months from now, see if you can guess what episode we filmed right before we recorded this.
Yeah, if you guys pay keen attention, every episode I change something in the back of my video.
Do you really? Is that
No.
okay? I was
No,
about to say,
they don't know that.
Wait a
I'm
minute,
gonna
is
cut that
this
out.
lore-
I'm just
is
kidding. I'm not
this
cutting anything out. I'm not editing this.
I believed you.
lore?
We replaced the Totodile plushie with an ever so slightly
Yes,
bigger
Dinkles, the
Totodile
Gaslight
plushie.
Pokemon.
It's
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and
Just chaos
start asking
immediately.
questions, guys. First question comes from Blade Kelly. Ooh, you thought I was gonna do the
I
first
thought
one
you were
there,
going to go to
Aaron,
the top
didn't
of the
you?
list. No, you
Yeah,
went to the
no.
second one. You scared me.
Would y'all be willing to explain what the different characters' classes are? Like how Gavin is a breeder, and I think Seth is an ace trainer. I may be mistaken.
You are mistaken.
That's
You
why I
guys
thought I had to
must
take it
have-
back because I was like, I read the word wrong, and then I was like, no, that's how it is.
No,
so
that's correct.
I'll take it again, but we're keeping it how it
No,
was.
no, we're not. We're
Can
keeping this
no,
version.
No, I'm, bro. Let me enunciate my words.
Okay, go for it.
They're asking what the different classes are, and
Okay.
they're using the examples of Gavin being a breeder, and they believe Seth is an ace trainer. I may be mistaken. Blade Kelly, you are mistaken, but in the best way possible, because Gavin is very caring for his Pokemon, and Seth sweeps. I don't know how else to say that. I clean up, I wax. I'm pretty nasty on the battlefield. But to answer those
Guys.
ace trainer questions, I would pass it to Gavin because I just hit things.
Do
And
you
hope
guys just
I
want to
work.
real quick read out the 2 abilities that each of your classes have? Because just base for the audience, so you know, every class is very minor. It gives 1 in combat ability and 1 out of combat ability. So yeah,
Just closed my character sheet.
did you really? That's so
Yeah.
sad. I'm gonna vamp for a second to give you.
No,
a
I got it.
moment.
I got it.
Okay. So Gavin, go ahead and read yours, and then we'll just go Gavin, Seth, Coryne, and we'll read through everybody's classes real
I
quick.
think everybody knows what Corinne's class is.
Very much.
So, basically, the classes in Unbeatable are called Archetypes. And they're just, archetypal forms of the characters that you see in the world of Pokemon. And Gavin is an ace trainer. Because he just wants to be the very best like no one ever was. He has 2 abilities. The first one is called Quick Command, which is probably the one you've seen me use the most during game, because it's the one where it's been most relevant. Which is, with your eye for combat and battle awareness, your Pokemon can add your intellect die to their speed die for deciding turn order. Which means that Ava goes first, because Ava has a D20 speed die, and Gavin's int die is a D20. So when I go into combat with Ava, I'm rolling 2D20.
2d20
my
plus Ava's like
God.
rank 3ness.
You know, if Ava ever goes slow, it's Gavin's fault.
It's Gavin's
Um,
fault. It's because Gavin failed.
No, Ava's still rank 2, actually, I think.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, Ava's rank 2. My only rank 3 Pokemon is Queenie at the moment.
Okay.
Especially at the point of this upload, when we're on episode 12.
Oh, that's true. Oh no, this is coming out right after episode 15 on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the next ability, which is one you've seen less of, but I think it's come up once or twice, is Battle Notoriety. So powerful Pokemon trainers like Gavin carry weight in society, and ace trainers know how to leverage that. When talking to other trainers or people with knowledge of the Pokemon League, you gain a bonus to your charm skill rolls equal to your number of badges. So right now, that's not doing a lot of work for me because I've only got 1 badge. But in the future,
You know the worst part?
that's really going
We
to be a lot
recorded
big bonus.
the episode the 15 months ago, and where we just came out of the recording, you still only got the 1 badge. You're still only there.
And it's
A
been
little
like
behind
3
the
days.
scenes thing, guys. It's been for like the past 5 episodes, canonically, the same
day.
day.
One
It's
day.
the same day.
The
like
past
you-
10 episodes have
It's been
been
a
2
long-ass
days, or
day.
2 or 3 days
You want to know?
total.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys are watching the episodes as they come out, but I am. We're just about to go and find Captain Nolan. That's what.
Yeah, that's
happening.
that's
Yeah,
where
we're
the
gonna go
most
find
recent
him.
episode
I don't know if
of
we're gonna
YouTube
save
came out,
him,
Was they're
but-
headed out to find Captain Nolan? I think
That's
the most
where we're
recent,
at.
Yeah, the
It's
most
been
recent
like 2
episode has
days
to do
in
with
game.
like the whirlpools and stuff. That's where you guys are at.
So
no
um,
repercussions will come back.
from where we're From where we're at on YouTube to where we're at recording time, it's been like 3 days.
Yup.
So that's why I've only got 1 badge, you asshole.
All of our characters in the new art are gonna have that gray streak of just stress.
It's gonna be so fucking old.
Hey man, that next one's
Okay,
coming.
Seth,
It's coming.
what's Jesus? I almost said Seth. What's Gavin's class? Matt, what's Seth's class?
Bro, I don't know. I don't got his paper. Seth is a breeder. He has the first ability, Nutritional Expert, which there's a lot of text on here, and your boy don't like to read that much, so I'm just going to summarize it. I make a meal once a day, or equal to however many times I have my training limit set to currently, and since I got 1 badge, training limit's 1. So basically, once a day, I can make a meal, and I'm able to use my education die to basically spice up that meal and help my Pokemon buff up a specific stat. So normally I do it for Bowie, because I want to have his special attack as high as possible for my specific moves I want him to use. So I basically get to add my education die every time he goes to use a special attack. And it just
But only
basically
for the
makes him
first battle each day,
strong.
right?
Yeah, 1 battle a day.
Yeah.
1 meal a day. How that would work. And the second ability, which everyone's basically seen, except for Gavin, I guess. Just I don't know how this goes, but
I'm sorry, Burrty. This is disrespectful.
the other ability that Breeder has is Experienced Hatcher. When you breed a Pokemon, there's a 40% higher chance that a hatched Pokemon will have an egg move. So
It's disrespectful.
I get extra chances to get egg moves, and I've been pretty consistent, to say the least, with that working. If anyone does want to have a egg move Pokemon, look no further than Cornucopia Daycare. From our care to your care. Gavin,
When we
if I
get
had
to
this discard, I would
Cerulean,
give it to you.
I'm getting 1.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, give me 1 Pokemon.
Yeah. But those are the 2 things the breeder class gets.
Fuck
Or
yeah! And then
archetype, I
Kenna,
guess.
what's Coryne rocking? Remember, they just saw the Whirlpool episode.
Oh, Coryne is so fucking strong, bro. She's
Coryne
so
has
strong.
Swift Swim.
Coryne is an athlete. Coryne loves to run, jump, climb, swim, fly,
Flex.
D, all of the above, flexing especially. Yeah, so Corinne's 2 abilities. The first one is Triathlete Physicality, which if you're picking this up, you would have seen recently dealing with the whirlpools. Your outdoor training has improved your physical ability for every terrain. When making a roll to climb or swim, I can add my Fortitude die to the roll. My Strength die is a D20. My Fortitude is a D12. So we're not rolling real low on those rolls. My second ability is Strong Arm. Your Pokeball throw leaves nothing on the table. When you attempt to catch a wild Pokemon, you can add your Strength die to the roll. So all the Pokemon are mine, theoretically.
Every Pokemon is yours. If
every
you try and catch
single
Pokemon,
one.
it's probably gonna have one.
All of
Yeah,
them.
you have God actually right now. You caught Arceus earlier.
I do have
Arceus, however you
Arceus.
say that stupid thing. Yeah,
In the
yeah.
face of the Pokemon.
Arceus.
And
what
then
is,
other than that,
Vermilions?
oh, Vermilion is a secret. You guys don't know what Vermilion is.
No!
However,
Why?
just to name off some other
It's,
classes or some other
they're
archetypes.
actually-
Hoodie expert.
Hoodie expert is definitely their class. But some other archetypes that I've whipped together for like potential other projects or maybe things that we've already recorded include actor, camper, researcher, and Pokemon fanatic, all of which are things that exist at the current moment. There we go. I think that answered that question really well, even if we went on a couple tangents, right? We answered that.
Everybody shout
Yeah.
out to Blade Kelly. Thank you.
Shout out to Blade
I tried
Kelly.
to
for
beat
Blade
that.
Kelly.
Next question comes from I'm gonna say, is it Jamel?
Sure.
Commodore.
Sure.
Commodore?
Commodore.
Jamel Commodore.
Commodore.
This is a question that they say, and it is during one of the battles with Silver. There's a question of if he's willing to risk lowering his Pokemon's friendship below 3. Could you explain why having friendship that low is bad, and if it's hard to raise?
So, short answer is when I go into a battle with a trainer who isn't one of the characters, like one of the player characters, I have a set number for the amount of friendship that a trainer is willing to expend on that given battle. And 3 was an arbitrary choice that I made. However, I think I've mentioned it to the 3 of you that if your Pokemon's friendship ever gets to 0, that's when they start becoming mistrustful of you and they don't like you anymore. I think Gavin's the best question to answer as to whether or not it's hard to get friendship based off of some stuff that you guys haven't seen yet.
So, without any spoilers, I recently caught a Pokemon. That's the only spoiler. I recently caught a Pokemon, and in the space of about one episode, I got that friendship from 1 to 6.
So it's not
that
the
does not-
hardest thing to do.
Doesn't mean it's necessarily easy. Just that's the first time that's happened.
Kenna?
I'm actually in the rules document, and in the rules document, you have bullet pointed ways on how you can raise your friendship.
You want to read them out?
Yeah, can I?
No, do the work.
Nah,
look at the doc. Look at the doc.
Well, fuck you guys.
Do the
When the
work.
document gets released, that's when we'll be able to see it. Sorry.
Actually, I think I think friendship was was part of the March release document that got released.
Dang.
So they can actually, if they go to the Patreon, so
Dang. We
if
would
they
love
go
to
to
answer
the-
this question in more detail, but sadly, this video will not suffice.
I
Sorry,
don't
you're
know
gonna
that. I
have
don't
to pay
remember
the
whether or not I
money.
added the dot.
What
the
are-
dots
I don't-
thing.
I don't even know,
Here,
what
Kenna,
are the
give me
bullet
two.
points
Give me
to-
two
yeah.
example bullet points things if you can do to get friendship. Give me two.
Giving your Pokemon a nickname,
Okay.
risking your life to keep your Pokemon from harm.
Okay. Yeah, both of those things will easily get you friendship. Friendship is I think the best way to deal with it is the like power of Nakama, like anime, like family, like friend thing. And yeah, that's all that mechanic is intended to be there for, obviously, except for the Pokemon that require friendship to evolve. Yeah,
There's
I
also,
think we
like,
nailed that.
There's a logic because one of the things you use friendship for is to keep your Pokemon from fainting. Like they can start burning friendship as opposed to burning wounds. So it would make sense that a gym leader who doesn't know, they're probably going to have to fight another battle tomorrow. They need to keep some friendship for that. So
Yeah, and I think that regularly dropping your Pokemon's friendship low is probably not great in terms of the long-term relationship with that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Regularly telling your Pokemon whether, like, expending the trust between you two, probably not the best. Okay.
Wait, is
Yes, Kenna?
Coryne the only one who has, like, lost friendship with a Pokemon that didn't have to do with a battle?
That didn't have to do with a battle. I'm pretty sure Coryne is the only one that has done that, yes.
In a technical sense, I feel like I have two, but no one knows why.
No one knows why.
And I won't know
that's
why
why.
I
either.
don't know why. Can we?
I hadn't caught them yet, but my relationship with Queenie got off to a rocky start.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Next question comes from Denosaur. Based on
Denosaur.
Seth's comment in episode 6, time count, 15 point something, or whatever the time minute of that was.
That's exactly when it's at. It's at time 26:39.
Now, Seth, if you want to be worried about a Pokemon that's gonna hit people, look no further.
I'm familiar. Their evolution's worse. It was about a Spearow, and their further evolution, Fearow. How does he feel about having one? I think at that time I didn't know what the Pokemon was going to be for the eggs. The egg didn't hatch during episode 6. It was like episode
8 or 9. Yeah, it was later.
It was
than that.
later.
It's much later.
But in context to the situation, because I speak weirdly, we were talking about Pokemon that would just straight up just attack you or attack people out in the wild and stuff like that. And we were talking about Spearow. And I had said, oh yeah, Spearows are bad, but their evolutions are worse. In the sense or in the context of they're very aggressive in the wild if they're not trained. Like obviously, if it's a Pokemon that's well kept and like you talk to it and say like, hey, don't just hit people, unlike Ava, then you'll be fine. Then you'll be fine. It wasn't that I didn't like Spearow or Fearow. It was just they are aggressive Pokemon in the wild, is what Seth was talking about. Obviously, he loves his boy Sale, even though he didn't know he would have him. Yeah, that's the answer to that.
Okay.
Now
Yeah,
we'll
dope.
cut back from the scene. Ha ha ha! Funny.
I feel like I need to go on the defensive here. Ava has never hit anyone that I have not told them to. There are no bad Pokemon, only bad trainers.
That is one of our actually consent form assumptions of the game.
Yes.
Is there is no Pokemon that is innately evil. There are only bad trainers. And that's a big theme, I think, in Unbeatable as well. Is like we've had like terrifying, menacing Pokemon that have tried to hurt people, but not for like the maliciousness of hey, I'm gonna hurt you. It's from territorialism, protecting themselves, being scared.
Terrorists.
Yeah, because there's no such thing as an evil Pokemon. Well, the terrorists were the bad trainers. Is what we were talking about, Kenna.
Yeah.
Their dumb trainer gets carried away in a fight with a
Yeah,
Beedrill.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, also
Yeah,
anti shout out to terrorism. We hate it.
Anti shout out to terrorism. I agree. Yeah, 100%.
And then
Whisper
final
it,
question
terrorism.
is from YouTube. So I know last time we had that minute for I forgot the name. Who was the minute? Who's the
How
person we did the
dare
last
you
Q&A?
forget the
Oh,
minute for
dude.
Mike?
Ooh.
Shut up. None of you got it.
What?
Mike?
I'm pulling it
Man,
up.
do you think I go back and watch the Q&As?
I'm literally going back
Is
and
it
watching
Mike?
it
Are
right
you talking
now.
about Mike? What are we talking about?
Was it the
No.
Mike minute? No.
Was it-
And was it Mike? I don't know. Where's the document from last time? We're leaving this in.
I've got it.
The last,
It was
the last
for,
Q&A
it was for
was
Mike
dedicated
Bennett.
to Mike.
It
yeah.
was Mike. It was the Mike minute. Wow.
Jesus,
okay.
editor. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this will be instead of the Mike minute, it'll be the YouTube hour because this question comes from Annoyed Insomniac. So we're gonna call this the Insomniac hour.
I would have liked some
where-
alliteration.
Bro, you do it then.
This
Figure
is
it
going
out.
to be
That's
the
a hard one.
Insomniac insert where we talk about something that Insomniac
No, it has to
asked
be
us
time
about.
related. What are you talking about?
This is an insert into the schedule, dude. This is a time-related thing.
Your
I
clocks are
think I
dumb.
did great. Annoyed Insomniac asked, does the Omnistone allow for Mega Evolutions because it doesn't care about prerequisites? Okay, first of all, lean in here, YouTube. Lean in. I don't even know if Mega Evolution's going to be in this game yet, to be honest. I don't know if that's a thing. Leaning back out so that I'm not killing everybody's ears. The Omnistone itself as a plot point, we'll definitely get into it much later down the line when everybody actually makes it to Seafoam Island.
We passed
But-
more than just a day.
Yeah, when it's been more than just like 2 days. But essentially, it allows for permanent evolution regardless of prerequisite. Mega Evolution is called Mega Evolution, but really it's not. It's its own form of transformation and power. So from a story perspective, I would not allow Mega Evolution via the Omnistone, if that answers your question. If we end up having Mega Evolution. I haven't decided yet. Did I answer
To
everybody's
get
question?
ahead of the question.
Yep.
The Terra types are limited to that region. That's in the lore. The Terra types can't exist out of that region.
Oh,
So,
for Paldea? Yeah.
how they are.
That's
So
definitely...
there'll be no Terra types in Kanto.
Okay. Matt, I think that's all our questions, right?
Unless you have a different document that I'm
Okay.
looking at.
Okay. So I actually had something that our audience sent to us that I wanted to throw out to you guys. I think I might have mentioned it to some of you before, but I want to shout out Bon on YouTube, BONN. 10 days ago. So we're really marking when we recorded this episode, this Q&A. Messaged us about a session that they ran where they remade a lot of our rules just from watching the show and played their own game of Unbeatable.
Dedication.
Yeah,
did it
they
go?
talk about. Well, they gave us a synopsis in the comments. Essentially, they talked about how their brother ran a session last night and it was a lot of fun. They gave us a little bit creative criticism on the D20 being strong, but that's how it's intended to be. It's supposed to be stupid powerful.
Yeah.
But one of the things they talk about is they started as a breeder. So shout out Seth. With Cleo the Trapinch, who started off with Earth Power due to a few lucky rolls because they were a breeder.
Let's go.
And they pulled a Gavin and a Coryne in that they went into their first gym battle and they hit it for a little too many wounds too quickly and emotionally damaged the gym leader by destroying their Pokemon.
Like dead?
I think they did some let me see here. Emotional damage, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they did some story reasons to be able to keep it from happening, like we did with you guys.
Thank God. It's
But yeah,
tough.
that happened on national television according to in their game. They were on TV when that happened.
I feel like they can use some of those friendship points.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like a skill issue on the gym leader's part. I don't think you guys can do that.
We've gotten a couple more comments about it in the following days, but I wanted to throw that out there to you guys because like us playing this game is inspiring other people to try and figure out how to play it on their own. So I thought that was cool.
Give us
and I
more
wanted-
stories. That was fun. I want to hear more about your.
Yeah,
Give us more
I
of
hope you
this.
guys just have a lot of fun with it. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I want to clarify as well for people who want to play Unbeatable. The only reason the documents aren't out yet is because I'm trying to make it as balanced as possible before it goes out places. Because like it's not about like a who owns it kind of thing, because as certain other game companies have proven, you cannot copyright a rules system. So as soon as my rules are out there, people can use them for whatever they want. But I'm trying to make sure that the best possible game is what comes out of it. So the patrons who have been like looking through our beta documents and have been commenting, those have been very, very helpful. And we've been enjoying all the commentary on those.
Also full of copyrighted terms, so.
Oh, super copyrighted terms. Yeah. When the game
yeah.
actually comes out, it'll definitely have a lot of generic words in it, like capture vessel versus Pokeball, and monster versus Pokemon.
But
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to play a game of cap creatures.
Cap creatures where everybody's just lying the whole time.
Just pogs.
Just pogs. That's it.
Just-
But I think that was everything for today's Q&A, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Dope. Well then, thank you guys for joining us. Matt, you want to sign us out?
Done.
Amazing.
Y'all next time. Goodbye.